Asteroids, comets, meteorites, all less interesting than somebody's ass, or inextricably interlinked? We want to interest you in bodies we can see from Earth, including some we cannot see with the naked eye. In this case, what we can see depends on the camera. This is a view of the Sun taken with a Panasonic HX DC1. It can see the Sun, but its exposure range is limited. The Sony Ericsson Mobile K608i has a sophisticated camera that allows you to change the exposure level in several ways.
You can see it, the phone can see it.
It has a different view of the Sun. This footage is taken by a Sony HDV1, a broadcast quality camera with many options for adjusting the exposure, including super night vision. When you point the Sony at the Sun, what you see depends on the exposure setting you use.
Take the exposure down to there, you can see the corona of the Sun. And just above the halfway mark.
We see something in the Sun. What is it? Some say it's the Sun itself, but though it's hard to know how large the Sun looks to us from 90 million miles away, most cameras suggest it is a larger body. This applies both for high-quality observatory cameras and for domestic ones, like our Panasonic. Whatever it is not always in the centre of the Sun, and the argument that the object can be attributed to lens chip failure does not even stand up for domestic cameras. Some people say it is a bug on the lens. This is what a bug looks like. Domestic cameras cannot simultaneously focus on the close and the distant. Others say the object is something else close to the camera, but when you film the sunlight through trees, the object is clearly in between the trees and the Sun. What dark object between us and the Sun could cause these optical effects when the leaves are filmed moving in the sunlight? Having established that what we can see is a real phenomenon, we still need more information. Zoomed in, this picture indicates how the colour of the object changes depending on the camera's exposure, as well as the zoom. Close to the Sun, comet dust clouds can take a dense spherical shape, so the spherical appearance of the object is not necessarily an inaccurate representation. At other times, its shape changes. These shots of a winged disc taken with the mobile phone could indicate an electrical discharge is taking place, translated by the camera into a coloured image. Several CMEs took place on the 3rd of October when this footage and the opening shot winged disc were filmed. The opening shot is of course solarised for your viewing pleasure. This footage
Very interesting.
shows the object with red horns, indicating a comet. According to James M. McCanney of Cornell University, the tails of the comet show its interaction with the electrical discharge of the Sun. If we take this body to be Comet Elenin, our closest encounter will take place on the 16th of October at 21 million miles, less than a quarter of our distance from the Sun, and well away from Elenin's 500,000 mile wide dust cloud. After this, Elenin moves away on its orbit. The trajectory and historical data of Elenin indicates the mind-numbing possibility that it orbits another sun, like our own. Usually a comet stirs a sense of wonder and awe on Earth, but this comet in particular could hold messages from another civilization, or be the vehicle by which we could make contact with them. The human race in its entirety would need a bit of time to agree our messages though, and should have been thinking about it months ago.
Look at my eyes, look at my eyes, look at my eyes, look at my eyes, look at my eyes.